As human beings, we like to think of ourselves as pretty sophisticated with our AI and supercomputers. But the truth of the matter is that sociologists will tell us that human beings at a basic level, well, we're pretty tribal. We originally gathered together, of course, for our protection, for our safety, and that's understandable. But what you may not know is that we actually organize into tribes or communities because we are designed that way. Let me explain. There are approximately 50 trillion, 50 trillion cells in your body. Each cell is a singular living entity that must work together with every other cell as a community. You are, even at a cellular level, designed as community. Every cell of your being has both a positive and negative charge. I know it sometimes feels like you might be a bit powerless, but that's a lie, and here's why. Every cell in your body has about a 1.4 volt energy. Now, every cell has that. Times that by 50 trillion, what do you have? You have 700 trillion volts of electricity. You are powerful, and that electricity vibrates, resonates, and creates a frequency. Now, what you might know is that all life communicates through vibration or the resonance of frequency. You know, of course, that sound has a frequency, and you likely even know that light has different frequency. For instance, that red light has a completely different frequency than blue light. And what's more is that we, humans, respond differently to different light frequencies. Every cell of your body is transmitting and receiving frequency. This is known as your resonance field. When you walk into a room, you, or rather your resonance, is transmitting into that environment, and everyone in that room is also transmitting their resonance. When there is an alignment in the resonance of the individuals that come together, that's called positive interference or harmonic resonance, where there is a building of the energy together. But what you want to think about right here is this, that we have all been trained to place our highest values in the things that we can see. We call that evidence. However, we'd all agree that the most valuable things in life cannot be seen. Things like love and kindness are experienced first at an energetic level. We've all walked into a place and been with somebody and felt like we felt the kindness of this person. We felt the love of this person. We've also had the opposite experience where we felt the anger of somebody when you've walked into a room. They're not saying anything, but you can feel those resonance of those people's emotions is right there. Extraordinary discoveries in biology and social sciences have profoundly altered our view of the relationship between living things and their environment. Our rationally minded ego tells us that we are all separate, and therefore we're always in competition with each other. However, the cutting-edge scientists and biologists and social scientists have all found evidence that individuals are far less individual than we thought we were. What science is discovering is that between the smallest particles, between bodies and their environments, between ourselves and everyone that we come into contact with, there is a bond. A bond is formed at a quantum level, a profound connection that has completely blurred the lines between the end of one thing and the beginning of another. The world that operates not through the activity of an individual, but rather the connection between us all. At a cellular level, there is an ongoing communication between the cells. When, for whatever reason, a cell stops communicating with the other cells in the community, that cell is actually ejected from the system. The body is always doing its best to be in harmony, to be in resonance. So what does this have to do with you as a leader when building a purpose-driven culture? Well, in physics, we know that energy moves to the dominant frequency. Without a defined purpose for your organization, the energy of that organization will always be pulled to the dominant force, whatever that is. This means if the unspoken dominant frequency of your organizational culture is one of disengagement, which we know is massive right now, then let's say you hire somebody in who is passionate, who's excited, who's engaged, who just can't wait to work with her without any effort whatsoever. That individual becomes disengaged simply by being in the resonance of that organization. A purpose-driven organization is much more than a mission-driven organization. See, mission is often little more than a vision that we project, plus the rational, strategic process we figure it'll take to get to an outcome. Purpose, on the other hand, is a pull to fulfill the deep psychological drivers within everyone in the organization. You see, despite what we've been trained to believe, emotion is always more powerful than rationale. When we look back, how many times have we, each of us, any of us, have we found ourselves doing something that makes no sense looking back at it, but at the time it was the only thing to do? Emotion, moreover feelings, will always be more powerful than intellect. We know from the research that people want to do meaningful work. They want to do work that is meaningful to them. They want to be part of something that is bigger than themselves, something that has an emotional connection. It's that emotional connection that sets the resonance of your organization. It's about all the people involved in the organization becoming in harmonic resonance with one another and with their emotional connection to the purpose. Now think of it like this. Imagine every individual in your organization is holding an old school small transistor radio station, right? So everybody there is holding a radio. And the radios are randomly tuned to whatever station they're randomly tuned to. Now, we turn on the radios, everybody in the organization turns on the radios. What do we have? You got it, we have noise. That's all we have. Let's say you have 500 people in your organization, they're all tuned to 500 different stations, you have noise. Now imagine that the leader has everyone tune their radio to the classical radio station, let's say 95 FM. And that station is playing Beethoven's Fifth. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Now what do you have? You have a symphony of beautiful harmonic sound. As a leader, you are both conducting the orchestra of your organization to play in harmony with each other, and you're making sure that we are all tuned into the right frequency in order to drink in the delicious resonance of a unified, purpose-driven organization. My name is Dov Barron. I'm the founder of FullMontyLeadership.com. And I suggest that if you want to lead today and into the future, you've got to find a way to bring your culture into resonance by being purpose-driven. So stay curious, my friend. Stay curious about what you are resonating as an organization and as a leader and as a culture, and what you're placing your people in. What resonance are you placing your people in? Dov Barron, Full Monty Leadership, and I am out.